Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea on a lazy Friday in the summer, except it wasn't. There was really interesting conversations across a wide set of topics. And of course, one of them is the politics of the morning. Thank you, Margaret Brennan with Face the Nation on CBS. Of course, we do a whole host of the Sunday talk shows. You hear that on Bloomberg Radio on Sunday at 2 p.m. in Washington and Boston and New York as well. And all that's interesting about Washington. But as we slip into the summer, it is about a resilient stock market. It is about trying to get a measure of where we are in the continuum. For Wei Li of BlackRock, it's an analog back to 2007.
If we think about the period after global financial crisis with the injection of immense pool of liquidity, companies that didn't have good fundamentals were rallying alongside companies with very good fundamentals. And this is what I meant by rising tides lifting all boats. But we're now in an environment of greater dispersion. We're in an environment of secular transformations like AI that is likely going to imply winners take all. So this is an environment where being active and selective pays off more. And this is not a hypothesis. Our study actually shows that in the period coming out of the pandemic, actually the additional alpha generated by good active managers is greater compared to the period when rising tide was lifting all boats.
Wei Li there of BlackRock, and just as a side note, she writes brilliantly on LinkedIn. One of the reasons to be on LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn, thank you, Shonali Bassick, for pushing me that way, is Wei Li. She just does great, short, chart-driven work for BlackRock out on LinkedIn. Anna Wong, people say, where is she? I get emails, live chat on YouTube. Where is she? She was on the Pacific Rim. Bloomberg is a global company, I should say. And it's really important to understand that every once in a while, the U.S. team has to go and sit on the Pacific Rim. That's what Dr. Wong has been doing for weeks on end here. She is back, and she was spirited today about looking at the American labor economy.
Recall that last year, the July jobs report was what caused this flash crash in August. So what happens in this coming jobs report is that on a non-seasonally adjusted basis, there should be over 1 million job losses from local sector, from local government, from education sector. So last month, everybody was like, wow, the jobs report surprised on the upside, but it's entirely due to the facade of a seasonal adjustment in the local government sector. So now that in July, we're supposed to see this, 1 million job losses in the sector, plus, you have this rebound from the seasonal, overestimation in the last month. I think that's the place to watch whether, because we do know that local government is not hiring.
Great to have Anna Wong back. Really can't say enough about her. She was brilliant today on freshwater versus saltwater economics. That's the East Coast, the ocean, versus the Great Lakes of Carnegie Mellon and Rochester of years ago, over to Chicago and out to the Midwest. Thanks to John Farrow for a great conversation. Christopher Waller today, a really important conversation with a gentleman from the St. Louis Fed, now in Washington as a governor of the Fed. On our podcast, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple as well, and on YouTube podcasts. It's Single Best Idea.